Boom! Now we're recording. Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So we're just setting up our Mr. Joel's. So this is the way it works. Mr. Joel's decided in character. So we're going to do a flashback scene. You guys don't have to roll anything for it, though, unlike other market setups. So the things that we have to come up with to set up the score is what you guys are getting, who you're going to sell it to, and where it's located. You don't have to worry about price because it just pays plot amount of money. So that's done.
Okay.
So most of these are supposed to be done in character, but I want to do figuring out what's going to be done out of character because that way everyone can get to contribute to it. So what is it that you guys are going to be stealing / procuring for your big retirement job for the Trinity score?
A buck ton of drugs for Eve from an old abandoned pot farm. Or
Okay.
drug dealer's den.
Maybe could be a shit ton of drugs.
Okay, so what about this?
No, a buck ton of drugs. There's a
I'm
big
sorry.
difference between a shit ton and a buck ton.
Fuck ton of
Prefer a
drugs.
fuck ton.
All right.
Does anyone else have any suggestions?
It's the Trinity score because there are 3 like very rare strains of marijuana: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I fucking love it.
Okay.
That's not what you wanted at all.
So here's the thing. It's going to have to be, it has to be something really special. Like, why is Eve going to pay you hundreds of bounty for these 3 marijuana strains?
Hmm.
Well, what if it's some other harder to get drug, like Quaaludes?
I mean, I would say recreational drugs aren't going to score you enough money.
I think Quaaludes would get you a lot of money even now. They don't make them anymore. They're gone forever.
Yeah, but people in the loss, like, you would have to be like scoring drug cartel amounts of drugs.
We would need bushels and bushels and bushels of pot.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we're hitting an old whipped cream factory for their canisters so they can do whippets.
No. You're not going to retire off whippets.
You.
Pharmaceutical drugs would be so. These are the things I was thinking. Pharmaceutical drugs would be good. It should be something people like can't really get anymore. So maybe some pre-crash tech
Cocaine.
that's really valuable, or like plans for some sort of tech that's super valuable. I mean, if you guys really want to do drugs, it has to be something really special about these drugs. Like, not just that they're Quaaludes. They have to be, like, mind-altering, lets you see the future drugs.
Okay.
I keep wanting to say the blight, but it wasn't a blight. I was playing too much Dragon Age the other day.
Well, the blight is what makes everyone sick.
I've just been playing a lot of blight stuff.
We should probably be thinking about why it's called the Trinity score then. Like,
Yeah, you can. That's one way to do it.
I always kind of assumed it was the Trinity score, so the 3-part score. It was like
It
a
could- it could
3-part plan or something like that.
Maybe there's 3 separate things that you're trying to get in this one location.
And when you assemble these things, you went to the key of time. Sorry.
Well, if we're that's why I suggested we should have like a marijuana genome or a plant strain or something like that, because that way it could be like a genetic sample or seeds or something that was maybe genetically engineered in a botany lab someplace.
Okay. But what is so special about this strain of marijuana that someone's going to pay out the ass for it, or these 3 strains? Like that's like why would someone pay you like 1,000 bounty for these strains instead of just using what's already around?
It can cure the common cold.
Okay.
That would be awesome if there was a marijuana strain that can cure the common cold.
What if maybe they just grow really fast so you can, plant a little bit of it and it really just takes off, so it's very profitable.
Okay, see that? Yeah, that's something that would make it more unique.
I know, so it can grow in any conditions, though. So it doesn't have to be like a specific, like area you need to plant it in.
Right.
It's the most resilient, proliferous marijuana plant ever created.
Okay, so it's GMO marijuana.
Ooh, giant buds too?
Okay.
Buds the size of your head.
We'll say the size of your fist.
What if you have a small head?
Well,
It'd be a very small head.
Okay. So that decided you guys are going after So why is it called the Trinity score? Is it like 3? Is it 3 different strains? Like maybe one's genetically engineered to grow fast, one's made to be grow in any climate, and one has like super large buds.
Ow.
I'm okay with that.
Or one of them is the sun, so maybe one of them could be the hybrid of the other 2. Do that.
Well, then why would you need the other 2?
Because the first one, say, grows really fast, and the second one gets really big or is super potent or whatever, and the 2 of them together grow slower and it's more potent, but if you really want to get a lot, still, it's good to have all 3, and one's just kind of the middle of the road.
Okay.
You need a third one?
Just because one's called the sun, we don't have to do that. I just thought,
Yeah.
Well, it might not be, but it could be called Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. All right. I could worry about the names of the marijuana strains later. Okay. So, all right. Super genetically engineered marijuana strains. So, is everyone good with that?
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Okay. Meyer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to switch it to character. So the way this works is this is a flashback to before the very start of the first game, where you guys are all sitting around the table outside the latent tent, and we came up with the name of the Trinity score. So the way this works is one person starts and comes up with an idea. So the first thing is going to be the wholesaler. So the first person is going to name the wholesaler. Then it's going to go to the next person who it's basically a yes and game, like improv. Right? So you can't retract what someone else said. You add to it. So this would be figuring out who your wholesaler is. So who are you going to sell this thing to? I would say Eve is probably too small time. Like she works in your bounty. I mean, she works in bounty, and she has a lot of money comparatively, but she does not have the type of money that you would be looking for to sell this off. Like you would have to sell to the person that Eve gets her drugs from.
Father Adam. He's like a huge drug dealer, like the big time, but he's like a shadow, so no one knows he exists.
Okay, so
like for real.
James is going first. Okay, so
All right, we're just shooting out an idea.
Well, so we flash back then to months ago out in the Gates of Bounty. Spring is just coming on, and the five of you are sitting around an old dirty card table with light from the tent spilling out. Whistler goes, "I'll be right back," and he goes to go to the bathroom. So the first thing is the wholesaler. So what does Watchdog say?
So, guys, Eve contacted me the other day. She said that her boss is looking to score something big. I think we might be able to take in on that if we want to use this to live a little prosperously once we, finish our taunting.
All right, Ryan. So Father Adam.
Yeah.
So you named the guy. So Father Adam is the guy.
Okay. I thought this was like a conversation type thing. I didn't think it was.
So Eunuch says, are we sure about him? He's that guy who, supposedly had that epiphany and started that crazy religious sect up in the mountains.
Okay. Mr. President? So you're just adding a detail about this guy.
To this guy, right? I got you. And he lives in the mountains and he's crazy, right?
So far, yeah.
Here he looks like a pirate with a hook for a hand and an eye patch.
Okay. Deacon? Could be a personality quirk, a physical thing.
I don't know.
So he's a crazy cult. He had an epiphany and started a cult in the mountains. And he has a hook hand and an eye patch.
And maybe a parrot.
Maybe he has like guard dog zombies.
Okay. Are they with him like all the time?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I'm glad he went with dog and not bear. Although I do want my chance to take on a bear, even though the last time we got involved with one,
you had your chance to take on a bear. And
I cracked, okay?
Pants.
I did literally shit my pants.
Okay, so...
I wasn't there to give you the extra pants.
So the next thing we have to figure out is the site, and much like when you did the Malort score, it can't be good. Nothing about the site can be pleasant. We're going to do 2 rounds of this, but the thing about Mr. JOLS is that you've all heard rumors about the site, which is why no one has gone for this first, but you don't know what's true and what's not. I'm going to roll for that afterwards. And figure out which of these rumors you've heard is true and which are not. So, basically, whoever goes first would decide what the site is, and then everyone else would add a detail to that. So who would like to go first?
Just we already know it's in the mountains, right?
No, that's where the wholesaler is. It could be in the mountains.
Oh, this is where we're getting this stuff from.
Yeah, this is where you have to go to get these miracle strains of marijuana.
We're doing this in character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone says, "Oh, they're at the old it's at the old biogen research facility," and then everyone adds horrible details to that.
Okay.
What if it's literally a castle?
Okay.
A castle in the mountains.
Okay. So what is it? Say it as Deacon in character.
Yeah, I heard that that old geezer lives like in an actual castle in the mountains, like like a moat and everything. I'm not sure how easy it is to get into this place.
I heard the same thing. And the moat's full of crocodiles. Or alligators, I'm not sure.
I've heard they've got some kind of state-of-the-art AI watching over the place.
Damn it, Ryan.
I heard that to actually get in the place, you have to answer a series of riddles.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Have fun making up riddles, Alan.
Yeah, but guessing wrong could be dire.
The last time I put a riddle in my game, you guys didn't solve it.
Oh wait, are you talking about Eclipse Phase, or are you talking about when?
No.
He's
There's
right.
a riddle about fish. Well, these are all rumors you've heard. So Meyer, what's the other rumor you've heard about this castle?
It's protected by his anointed knights.
Okay.
It's anointed knights to bodyguard his castle.
I also heard he can control a legion of undead. Well, infected.
Okay.
I heard they were doing experiments on other plants, and a lot of the place is filled with huge thorn bushes.
Okay.
Oh, and man-eating Venus flytraps.
What about a dragon?
A lizard got so badly infected he became a dragon.
All right.
Next.
I heard that that's the same lab where they developed the procedure for extracting suppressant from
Jesus Christ.
from immune bone marrow.
All right. Does anyone else want to add anything about this job site?
There's a popcorn machine in the lobby.
I don't think castles have lobbies.
This one does.
Okay, I'll make a note of that.
Oh, they've got one of those soda machines with all the different flavors, and you can
Coke Freestyle.
Yes, and the touch screen.
Yeah, I wrote that down, definitely.
In Japan they have dispensers for hot cans of coffee.
Wait, cans of coffee?
Yeah.
How would you pick that up? Because metal gets hot.
It's I don't know. It's like at 7-Elevens they have these things. It's hot cans of coffee.
I guess you could put a sleeve on it just like you would a cup.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so to recap, the Trinity score, you guys are stealing or procuring 3 experimental strains of marijuana plants. One grows very fast, one grows in any climate, and one grows incredibly large buds. You're going to sell them to Father Adam, a man who had an epiphany and started a religious sect up in the mountains. He looks like a pirate with a hook for a hand and an eye patch, and he has guard dog casualties that are with him all the time. And to get these marijuana strains. You are going to an actual castle in the mountains. To get in, you have to answer a series of riddles. There's a state-of-the-art AI watching over the place. It's surrounded by a moat filled with literal crocodiles.
Or alligators.
It's protected by his anointed knights. The person who runs this lab can control a legion of infected, and it is the lab where they developed the procedure to extract suppressin. And they were doing experiments on other plants, so the inside is full of huge thorn bushes and man-eating Venus flytraps.
This sounds entirely believable.
Yep.
Well, these are all rumors you've heard about the site. So I'm going to roll your own stats later on to see which of these are true and which of these are not true. The only one that you know for certain is true is that it is an actual castle in the mountains. That is true. Everything else is rumor. So it seems like you guys have signed up for some Resident Evil shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the Trinity score is set, and we will play this on Friday. So unless anyone else wants to add any horrible things for me to see whether or not they're true, I think we're done.
Oh, they're out of butter.
It's not a movie theater.
God damn it! That's not gonna be.
Can there be a movie theater in it?
No, in fact, one of the horrible things I'm putting down is it's not a movie theater.
No.
That one's true too. All right. Well, thank you guys, and we're done.